So now we're in the month of November, which is a spectacular month in the church. It starts with the great feast of All Saints' Day, where we remember that God's called all of us to be saints. And there's so many saints in heaven, those that have been officially canonized and those that haven't been, and even some that are along the way. And there's one man who is on the path of canonization. He died in the 90s, and his name is Venerable Jerome Lejeune, or Dr. Jerome Lejeune. He was a French doctor that as his life went on, he came in contact with many children and adults with Down syndrome. And it became the focus of his work, of his clinical care, but then also of his research. And Dr. Jerome Lejeune is famous for discovering that trisomy 21 is the cause of Down syndrome, having 3 21st chromosomes. And so he used this to hopefully find cures and to find therapies to those who have Down syndrome. But his life changed when he realized how his discovery would be used. Because eventually, people would do chromosomal testing for children who are in the uterus. And if a child had trisomy 21, there was a chance that the parents would have the child aborted. And this horrified Dr. Lejeune. He was absolutely shocked that just because people had diagnosable disabilities or chromosomal irregularities that they would be aborted. And so he fought his whole life for the dignity of every human person, these children, these adults with Down syndrome that he loved so much, that they would get a chance to live, that they would have a chance at life, because he knew that they were created by God. And that's the end of the first reading that we have in Mass this weekend. From the book of the prophet Malachi, that God is the Father of all of us. Whether we're born with a chromosomal irregularity, or whether we're born into a difficult state in life, or whether we're wanted or expected or not expected, that each and every one of us has God as our Father, and we're wanted by God. And this is the fundamental reality of all of our lives, and the most important thing to keep in mind as we're approaching Election Day on Tuesday, is that each child is wanted by God, that each child is cared for by the God who loves us. And so when we go to the polls to vote no on issue 1, we're voting to say that each person is important. Each person has dignity, no matter how many chromosomes they have, no matter what their life will come to or whatever will happen in their life, but each one of us is wanted by God. And that's what our vote means on Tuesday. When we vote no on issue 1, it's to say that each life is valuable, that God is the Father of all. So I invite you to go to the polls on Tuesday, to vote no on issue 1, and to pray that each person's dignity will be recognized by their family, by society, and by each and every human person.